As we have seen yesterday, that the parent birds have given enough training and enough support and persuasion to these birds, and his older brothers as well as the little sister started flying, and the older brother, and he had already got his prey and how to catch hold of the prey and how to go for hunting and how to fly successfully over the sea. Everything is taught by his parents, that we have seen it before, and that happiness is expressed by the parent birds by forming a great circle around the birds and started raising their proud cackle. And all the morning, the whole family had walked about on the big plateau. The whole family had walked about on the big plateau except the seagull. This small little seagull was left behind in the ledge. And midway down the opposite of cliff, taunting him with his cowardice. Cowardice is not being brave, and they started taunting him with his cowardice. Okay, when we try to learn something, we generally hesitate, I told you. And here this bird is started watching what's happening around with the whole family, but it's not at all trying for flying and from its ledge to the sea. The sun was now ascending the sky. What's happening now? The sun was ascending. It means it was the morning. The sun was now ascending, blazing on his ledge that faced the south. Actually, the ledge is faced the south, and the sun was ascending up the sky and blazing on his ledge that faced the south. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since. It started feeling that heat because it had not eaten anything the previous day as well as the day before, and it was not eaten anything. It started causing him to get heat, and since the sun is coming up in the sky, it can feel that heat and unable to bear the heat of the sun. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. The previous nightfall also he had not eaten anything. It caused him to get that sensation of heat, and he couldn't bear the heat. And he stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge. It came out of the ledge and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden. Usually you might have seen the birds the way they stand. Sometimes you might have seen them flying so freely in the open sky. And sometimes when you observe, okay, very keen, the birds how they sit. Sometimes they would be preening their feathers. Preening is a kind of grooming, okay, in order to maintain their feathers clean and tidy. They clean up their feathers by preening process. It's a kind of grooming of their feathers. And here this bird stood up in one leg. If anyone watches this bird, it looks as if he is standing on one leg. The other leg was completely hidden under his great feathers, okay, the wings. He stepped slowly out of the brink of the ledge and standing on the leg with the other leg hidden under his wing, he closed one eye. What did he do? He closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Actually, he was not fell asleep, and he was not even getting sleep because lack of food, he couldn't get the sleep. He was completely disturbed. Okay, and there was a great wish that he would like to fly like his whole family, but he was unable to do that. Okay, and he is pretending as if he was falling asleep, but he was not really sleeping. Still, they took no notice of him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. He saw his two brothers and the little sister after having the food. Okay, you might have heard or read in the stories, okay, the storybooks, that how they'll catch hold of the fish or catch hold of their prey. Suppose if the birds have no enough strength to catch hold of the fish or getting their food, usually they depend on their parents. Here the parent birds will go for hunting. They'll collect some fish and they'll bring to their place wherever they stay on. Some birds live in the nest and some will be living in the creek of those mountains. Okay, like how this bird is staying in the ledge, in the same way. And the birds are not feeling any hungry. They are not having that hunger, because their hunger is satisfied by the parents. And some older brother, he already caught hold of herring bird and he had eaten up, he devoured it. So they are at peace now. They are getting sleep. They are not pretending like him. The seagull is pretending at his ledge as if he was falling asleep. But these birds are really fell asleep. Okay, and their necks they were dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. Okay, their heads are sunk into their necks. Okay? It's the resting position of the birds. Okay, what is the name of this bird? It's a seagull, it's a seabird. And his father was preening the feathers on his white back. Okay, you might have seen the seagull. The seagulls having the feathers of grey colored feathers can be seen on both the wings, and the back of the bird is having the white feathers, the soft white feathers. Okay, and the velvety feel we'll get if we stroke them. Okay, and she was standing, only his mother was looking at him. Father was cleaning his feathers. The process of cleaning is called preening. Please underline the word preening. Preening means making an effort to maintain feathers. Here maintaining feathers is nothing but making them tidy. Tidying up his feathers. He's tidying up his feathers. He's cleaning his feathers, especially his back that's appeared white in color. Only his mother was looking at him. All other birds fell asleep, but mother was looking at him. And she was standing on a little high hump on the plateau. Okay, every single bird, the whole family is resting on the plateau. And this mother had gone little high above the plateau and little, high position it was in, high hump of the plateau. Her white breast thrust forward. Okay, it was looking forward for the small little seagull which was left behind in the ledge. Okay. And all the brother birds and sister birds, everybody are safe and sound. But small little bird is still left over somewhere in the mountain ledge. And the mother, here you can see the motherly affection of this bird. Mother bird is desperately waiting for the arrival of this seagull who was left behind in the ledge. That's the motherly affection. That's the feel of the mother. Mother will wait, mother will excuse, mother forgive all our mistakes. Okay, motherly feeling and mother's feeling towards us is completely different. Okay, when we compare to the other members of the family. Of course, other members of the family also having that loving concern. But here we can see this mother bird is having a great affection towards the bird which is missing and which is not reached the home. And it was patiently waiting for him. When my small little fellow would come to me, when it would come to me and hunt for its own food, when will he learn flying? So this is the way the mother is looking for. Okay, and finally what happened? Her white breast thrust forward. It means this word or this particular sentence will give you a kind of feel that the mother is awaiting for this seagull. And now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on rock. What it was doing? A small little scrap of fish. It was lying at its feet. Okay? The fish is lying at its feet. and it has to clean the fish, okay, and give it to the other birds. It has to provide the food for them, and it was bothering much about the little birds which were lying there, and it was also thinking about the birds, the seagull which is left behind the ledge. Once again, I would like to bring to your notice. And then scratched each side of her beak and rock against the rock. It was cleaning. Okay, the bird is cleaning the fish before it eats. The sight of the food maddened him. This scenario was being watched by the bird which was there in the ledge. Actually, the entire family is at the other end of the sea, and this bird is lying at the other corner of the mountain, other corner of the sea. Okay, from this end to that end, it was looking at the family, how mother is scraping the food and how it was cleaning the fish and providing it to the rest of the children. The sight of the food maddened him. So when mother is cleaning that food and tried to give this piece of food to the brothers and sister, and it was thinking, oh, I'm missing the tasty food when I'm gonna fly, when I reach my mother, and when I'm gonna eat from her. Might be this bird is thinking about, we don't know. This is my imagination. Just think about, okay? And how he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. W-H-E-T, wet in the sense to sharpen. It was sharpening the ends in order to provide the food to the mouth of the birds so that the birds can easily eat them without having any interruption or without having any trouble. Gaga, he cried, beginning her to bring him some food. It was crying, Mom, please get me some food, I'm so hungry. Okay, who's will come to me and who will come and provide me the food? For whom I have to wait? You are the one who can get me the food. Please get me the food. I am so hungry. Since 2 days I have not eaten anything. I eat nothing. Okay, you please get me the food. Gaga, he's calling. Ga, ga, ga. He cried, beginning her to bring him some food. Ga, kola, she screamed back derisively. Derisively in the sense, in a manner showing someone he or she is stupid. Oh, you are very stupid. Me and your father and I, we both tried hard to get you back along with us. Why were you not listening to us? Okay, still you got time to come here. Please try. Flap your wings. Okay, try. Gather your spirit. Muster up your courage. Please come to us. She was just, using the word derisively. It's calling ga, kola, means you come, try. You are such a stupid. You are not at all coming to me. You are so foolish. You have not flown along with us. So you are suffering. It's good for you. Let you suffer. You just suffer. Let it be. No problem. Whenever you feel like eating something that would bring you out from that ledge. But he kept calling plaintively. Plaintively means very anxiously. And he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. He leaned out eagerly. See, mother's affection is like that. Mother was looking at him and scolding, upbraiding, and said that you are derisively waiting over there. You are such a stupid. Why should I get you the food? Okay, you come out. If you want to get the food, you have to come out of that ledge and just go for hunting. Okay, she scolded, but she has not stopped giving the food. She has taken a small little scrape of the food and it caught hold in its beak. Okay, it's gaunt, G-A-U-N-T, gaunt. It caught tightly with the teeth and it had moved towards the ledge in order to provide him the food. And on seeing his mother bringing the food for him, he felt very happy. He was very joyful. He started screaming joyfully. After a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. What did he do? What did the mother do? She scraped the food. She cleaned that piece of food and started bringing a small little scrape to him. And he leaned out of that eagerly and tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. She was started flying across the sea and she was trying to get to this bird and tapping the rock with his feet. What he was doing, he was tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer. He wanted to go nearer to her as she flew across. She was flying close to him, but it was not coming to the ledge and giving him. It was just wanted to cause him a kind of, okay, she was attracting. Actually, when mother was cleaning the food, he saw mother cleaning it, and he was very eager to eat it, and he was really very much excited to eat the food. So when mother brought the piece of food, but it was not coming into the ledge, it was near the ledge. She was moving about with the scrape of food in its beak, but it was not coming near to this bird. Why? She wanted to teach him somehow how he had to come out of the ledge and how to fly. Okay, indirectly mother is teaching him how to fly. It is encouraging him. Mother is encouraging him. Mother started encouraging him. Okay, and she wants to tell him. She wanted to tell him this is the right way. She wanted to urge him to fly. Okay, and she was not directly coming to that ledge. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted. Okay, and her wings motionless. Wings are not moving. On seeing his mother having the food in its beak, this bird is not at all moving. His wings were not at all started getting the motion. They were not moving. Okay, the piece of food, piece of fish in her beak, almost within reach of his beak. It's very close to his beak. The mother's beak, he's holding the food, and the child beak is also very close to mother's beak, but purposely mother is not giving him the food. It is not just throwing, or it is not putting into his beak. It is purposely not at all giving him the food. He waited a moment in surprise and wondering why she did not come nearer. And this bird is thinking, why my mother is not getting to me close? Okay, she's moving nearby, but she's not coming near to me. Why she's not approaching? What's the problem? Why my mother is acting in such a way? Is she purposely doing? Or is she calling me indirectly that I have to fly? Okay? And it is urging, the mother bird is urging him to come out of that place. And he waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger. Who was getting maddened? Who was getting mad? This bird is getting mad. Why my mother is not coming? I'm getting mad by hunger. She knows that I'm very hungry. But why my mother is not giving me the food? Why she is not at all putting into my beak, into my mouth, the food? He dived at the fish. He dived at the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into space. Mother dropped the fish into the sea, and she started screaming in loud voice. It's such a loud scream. Okay, and he fell outwards and downwards into the space. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. Monstrous terror, something that causing him terror. He started getting fear. Why I'm unable to overcome my unwanted fear? we'll be having too many unwanted fear. It's called phobia. Sometimes we never come out of our fears. Once you started trying to come out of your fear, you'll become fearless. Here, this bird is fearful. Okay? And he dived at the fish. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outwards. Now he started mustering up his courage. He could hear nothing. Mother is screaming, but he couldn't hear. He started preparing himself. Somehow I should come out of my fear. Then, what did he do? The first step? He could hear nothing. He didn't mind anything. Okay, until then, mother, father birds are trying him to teach him how he has to fly. But now, he could hear nothing. He did not mind anything. Nobody's cry he heard. His mother's cry he never heard. But it only lasted a minute. Just 1 minute. That 1 minute changed him completely. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outwards. What did he do? First, he started spreading his wings wide. And he could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He started the tip of his wings. Okay? The tip of his wings cutting through the air. It started flying. Now he could feel that fly. Okay? He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. What he was doing? He was not falling headlong now. He was not just going headlong. It was going downwards and it was going sidewards and outwards, downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. Now there is no point of being afraid. Once he was a coward, but now he is such a courageous bird. Once he was cowardice, but now he's such a coward now. He had cowardice. And now he became very courageous. That 1 minute changed him a lot. That 1 minute brought a great change, an extraordinary change. And he was no longer afraid, he just felt a bit dizzy. The very first attempt made him feel dizziness. Okay? What does it mean by dizzy? Being uncomfortable. An uncomfortable feeling of spinning around. He feels that dizziness. Okay? And he felt that dizziness. That is little discomfort, that uncomfortable feeling of spinning around and losing one's balance. He felt that he was losing his balance because it was his first attempt. It was his first flight. Okay? He was not aware of flying before. Okay? He never tried before. And mother bird and father bird patiently waited for him to fly. But finally, he himself started flying. Okay? Because whenever we don't know certain things, no, that situation, those circumstances will teach us how we have to act. Too many things we never knew. Okay, gradually we learn and we know because that situation, that circumstance would teach us how we have to get through. Okay, here also this bird had learnt how he had to fly. And he just felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. Ga, ga, ga. He started crying. Ga, 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 kola. Okay. And his upwards, his mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. Mother felt extreme happiness. Mother was extremely joyful. That joyous feeling, okay, mother expressed through her cry. Ga, 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 kola. Ga, kola in the sense, you stupid. Hey, you're such a stupid bird. Okay, till now you didn't fly, but anyhow you started flying. I'm so happy. We don't know. His mother, we don't know their language. Okay, mother is conveying something to his Okay, son. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Okay, one more scream he started producing. Then his father flew over him screaming. Even father also joined, and he also joined, okay, with them and started having that happiness. Okay, they were all happy now because this bird who had not known how to fly started flying now. And his mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him, screaming. He saw his two brothers and sister flying around him. What he had seen, not only he, not only his parents, and his older brothers and little sister also joined in that happiness. Oh, my brother started flying. Okay, previously he was very covered. Okay, due to that covetous nature, he couldn't join us. Now we are all flying. And he saw his two brothers and his little sister screaming. He saw his two brothers and sister flying around him and curveting and banking and soaring and diving. Curveting in the sense, leaping like a horse. They started curveting and banking, flying with one wing higher than the other. Okay? As if diving. They were diving, curveting, banking, and screaming along with, okay, and soaring and diving. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly. What is that gone away from his mind? Once I was like that. That thought itself is erased in his mind. Okay, we are not supposed to think about the past which had left us with some, okay, saddened feelings, isn't it? That sadness, that uncomfortable nature, or dissatisfaction and failure, all we have to forget. Once you come to that successful point, once you reach that successful thing, that means the ultimate success, the goal, when you reach the goal, whatever it had gone with you, okay, all ill moments, we have to just leave them. We are not supposed to bring them back to our thoughts. Okay, that is the nature of humans also. Okay, whatever is gone, something bad that had happened, we always try to bring it back to our thoughts. That's not good. Okay, that we are not supposed to do. Okay, we always must think something good. We must develop the positive thinking. We are not supposed to go back to our ill moments. Okay, too many feelings that leave us with some bad moments, but we are not supposed to get back to those bad moments and ill feelings. Okay, here it was thinking again. Then he completely forgot that he had not thought about. He had completely forgotten. This is what we have to learn from this lesson. We are not supposed to get back to the previous state, how we had certain problems in our lives. Okay, being a human, we always think about something bad that had happened before. Just leave them and step into future. Okay, the future event and present we have to think. Don't get back to past that had left you with some ill moments. Okay, it's my kind suggestion to all of you. And commended himself to dive and soar and curve and shrieking shrilly. Okay, that happiness is, okay, just exposed as in the form of these activity, curveting, banking, okay, making shrill cries and shrieking and loudly screaming and leaping like a horse, curveting. And also we have seen some more banking, flying with one wing higher than the other. That is called banking. Okay, shrieking, making sharp cries. And he was near the sea now. Okay, who was near the sea? The seagull was near the sea, flying straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him. He saw a great sea which was spread all over, and he is crossing now. And he had not let his mind to think back that he never knew how to fly, because he already started flying. And he saw a vast green sea beneath him, and with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sidewards and cawed amusedly. He started cawing, C-A-W-I-N-G, cawing and cackling. Too many words we have come across. Okay, these are all meant for the sounds made by the birds. Cackling of geese and cawing of crows. Okay, crow caws, we know. Most of the birds express this cry, cawing in the lesson.